Hello everybody, thanks for joining me. My name is Aaron, this is Help Me DIY. Today I wanted to go over how to manually open and close your convertible top in case you need to do it. Now I did go over this tip already as one of my tips and tricks in this video here if you want to see the rest of them, but I thought this was something that might be common enough that people are going to search for on its own and need to know how to do, so I'm going to stick it here in its own video. And if you guys find this helpful, when you guys find this helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will keep the content coming. I have actually never done it before, so I'm going to investigate it along with you guys. So what happens if you are driving around somewhere and your top gets stuck in the down position and it starts raining and you start panicking? Well, actually, if you look in your owner's manual, because I'm sure, like me, you all have your owner's manual right down here where it belongs. And you look in the appendix under C for convertible top, you'll go to page 88, actually page 91, and you will have an emergency operation procedure. So this will tell you how to bypass the electric motor to put it up manually. Now the book points out a couple common issues to make sure you check before doing this procedure. So it wants to know, was the ignition on and was the handbrake raised, which are obviously requirements to close your top. And then it says to check the fuse just to make sure that's not the problem. So down in the footwell, if you don't know, is your fuse panel. You put your finger in this hole and pop it out, lift it off, and here's your fuses. Hopefully you have the little pamphlet in here that tells you what they are. Find the page that is in your language and look around. I'm just showing you all of these steps to show you that there's nothing special about this. I'm doing it and you can do the same. So here, I found it, row D, number 3, convertible top drive. So these are simply A, B, C, D, and then starting at the left, 1, 2, 3. So this third 30 amp one is what we need. Porsche even supplies you with this little thing right here that helps you grab them, squeeze, and pull it out. And you can check my fuse obviously is still good because that little now U-shaped piece in between is solid. If that is broken, get yourself a new fuse, problem solved. Now, one thing that the manual does not mention that I have come across many times, I have a whole video on troubleshooting your car top not working. I'll put a link up here for you for that as well. But a common issue is the micro switch in here can't detect that your top is down for some reason. So I just knock it like that a couple times and it usually solves the problem. So let's assume that none of those things work, then we're going to start following the emergency procedure. So of course you're gonna make sure that the car is off, and then there are these little black plastic covers on both sides that you're supposed to remove. So I've never removed them before, but it sounds like they just slide out. Okay, mine wasn't even really clipped in there. And you can see back here are the rods that are what lifts your clamshell and your convertible top up. So right here where the arrow is, you can see that there is one rod with a ball joint on it, and that little wire running next to it is for my rear view camera that the shop installed. And looking straight down, you can see another rod with some red plastic coating on it. That's another ball joint. So the next step is to remove this piece from your toolkit, which says it's part of the wheel bolt spanner. It says it has a black cap, but mine has a red cap. So what it is actually, this is the bar. It has a multi-use tool, apparently. It is the bar that you stick through here to give yourself leverage to remove the wheel nuts on your car, but also has a secret purpose here. When you remove this and have this flat end. Now it warns you that this is the position that they are in when it goes all the way down, and it's different getting access to them when the car is in different levels, but what you should do is start with C, which is the one further back, the black one, and you're supposed to stick this in right here, get some leverage between it like so, and pry, and it says it will be a little hard to get out, but you're gonna pry that off. Now, I'm gonna do what I really hate that most videos do and not actually show you doing it, because I don't know how hard it is to get back on, and the book just says take it back to the dealer to put them back in. So if this was an emergency procedure, I would definitely do this and risk having to take it back to the dealer to get fixed, but I don't want to have to reach in there and push them back on. It's probably not hard, but I don't want to break my car for no reason. So it warns you when you take the second one off that this clamshell could fall down, so make sure you're supporting it, but I assume it's already down. After taking it off, you should grab it in the middle and lift it up as high as it goes, as it shows in this picture. Then you're ready to lever off rod D, and that again is the red one down here. So as it shows here in the picture, you're gonna push this one in the opposite direction. Hopefully that's obvious. You're gonna put it in here and push it this way. Now, I can definitely tell that I would want to put a rag or something around the painted areas so they don't get scratched up when doing this. So D is obviously the rods that hold the actual fabric top up. So make sure you don't pinch yourself or it fall down or whatnot. Now, once that is done, you should be able to lift the top up with both hands and close it. And then lock the top with the lever in the front, you know, up here where it locks, and then carefully lower that clamshell or compartment cover as they call it. So it does warn you that you have a little bit more of a threat of theft because it cannot be, this clamshell part cannot be locked. Anybody can just walk up and open it. So don't store any valuable stuff in there. Okay, this piece was really hard to get back in place. I will show you how I did it at the end of the video in case you need to see that. And finally, of course, what they want you to do is go to an authorized Porsche dealer and pay them lots of money to fix it. But you know that just means it's time to do some research and DIY. See, I told you it would be helpful. Now, hopefully you've already liked the video and subscribed to the channel, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Oh, and if you're like me and you like to get your hands dirty on your Boxster, you definitely want to get one of these shirts. Check out a link in the description of this video on where to buy one. Okay, luckily I had the other side to look at again to figure out how to get this back on. I don't think mine was on correctly over here, but what you're gonna notice is that there's a little black clip in here that's going over that red piece that is part of this. So this goes over the little nut here and clips on. So then it should lay smoothly along the painted surface in here all the way back. There is a clip right under here. You can kind of see it back there. So it goes over the little red bar that you can see there in the middle of your screen. That's why mine was all scratched up, is because people have been trying to clip that back on, I guess. And I was finally successful. So once that clips over there and you have this clipped on, you should be good to go.